Okay, I get up this morning and I see a post from a friend of mine, and I know that this person is well meaning. They have supported me in so much that I have done throughout the years. And what they posted was a photo that gave me two reasons to cringe. One, because it's sexualized female women when it comes to the handling of firearms. And I see that so much. That was why when I got ready to have a logo prepared for a lady with a gun, the main thing I told my designer is that I do not want a sexualized version of a woman holding a gun. I don't need anybody with big boobs, big butt, and all that stuff, because the majority of us that handle guns are everyday women. We don't look like we were ready to step onto somebody's runway and model the latest fashions. So it was the fact that she appeared to be overtly sexual, whether that was her intention or not. Whoever was behind the photo shoot, hey, didn't say, we don't have to do it this way. They probably influenced her to do it that way. So it was that she was overtly sexual in the picture. She had on a bikini thong, whatever you want to call it, little straps. She had on a jacket that was open and flimsy. And the second cringeworthy thing is that she had her finger fully on the trigger. And the one thing we teach in our class, and I know in so many classes around the country, is that you don't put your finger on the trigger before you're ready to fire. So when I see someone that way, I know that either it's some model shoot where the people conducting the shoot don't have a clue as to firearm safety. Their whole point is to get across that whole sexualized image of the woman with the gun, not so much the gun or the skills of the woman with a gun. They don't really care whether the woman has any skills with the gun, okay? And matter of fact, when you're out there and you're over sexualized with it, if you do have kick-ass gun skills, nobody's looking for that part because they're looking at wow, So the point of the matter is that she had on provocative clothing and her finger was on the trigger. And I see that so much, which is why my designer, I told him, I don't want a female that comes across as being overtly sexual in the logo. I don't need that type of woman in my marketing. So the thing about it is we have to realize that when we look at photos of males out there and they're holding guns, they're not sexualizing themselves to do it. Matter of fact, they're giving themselves a sense of masculinity. Now, I'm not telling women to run out there and take on that same masculinity, but why can't we just be everyday women who know what to do when we have a gun in our hands? That is my point. So the photo I'm talking about, those are not photos that I actively share. You would never see something like that on any of my social media pages because I don't want to promote the idea that women of sexualizing women. I think that there's enough of that in this society. I don't need to add to it. And I want to put it out there so that more of the people that I know will understand that that is not the way that we go about this. Our sisters are already in a battle with a lot of things. The last thing we need is to add any fire to the ammunition that is already out there, to the stereotypes that are already out there about women, sisters in particular. If other groups of people want to do that, hey, let them go ahead and do that. But we shouldn't be joining the fray. And that's really pretty much what I wanted to speak upon that. Ladies out there, what I do need from you is to get yourself firearm ready. If you don't know the basics of firearms, if you don't understand firearm safety, if you're afraid of firearms, whatever your feelings are in regards to firearms, with the exception of things such as, I couldn't have a gun because if I did, I might hurt somebody with it. We don't need that type of thinking. That's very immature thinking. But anything, pretty much anything else, ladies, we need to see you out there on the range. There needs to be more of us out there on the range because one thing, it shows people that there are everyday women out there, that every last one of us that walk out there don't have like big bust, big ass, and stuff like that. We are regular, everyday women, and we've come to learn so that we can acquire kick-ass gun skills. Okay, so if you're ready to join me, go to ladywithagun.com, register for one of our classes. We've got various classes on the schedule. Register for one of our classes. Come on out, join us. Let's make it do what it do, ladies. Again, ladywithagun.com.